everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer and welcome to a video that was almost not made. So this is going to be released on Wednesday. I'm doing the voiceover now on Tuesday. I had this section, if you watched the previous video of this. If you haven't, I'll put a little information card up here. But you would have expected this to be here on Monday, or actually, yeah, it'll be released on Wednesday. I'm recording on Monday because it's 8:40 or 8:24 at night, so that's not 8:30 in the morning on Monday. So yeah, clearly we're off schedule. A million and one things had to come together for this to happen. So basically what happened, because this was like recorded and I had started editing pieces of it like right after last Friday's video was made, which would have meant that that was all recorded the previous like Monday or Tuesday, something like that. But yeah, so basically my youngest sister-in-law is leaving for the military here soon, for basic training, and we were supposed to have like a little family barbecue on Saturday. And it was at our house because we have a swimming pool and my in-laws just sold their house, so they didn't want to have like everybody over, you know, all of the siblings over to destroy their house basically. So that's fun. So we did it at our house, and of course I'm kind of a neat freak and I don't actually enjoy having people at my house, to be very honest. And especially not like right now with everything that's going on. And which, like, between just 2020 has been a year where I felt so uneasy about the world and uncomfortable in the sense of just like, I'm just sad. Like, everything is awful. And so that's not helping with motivating to do anything, including clean my house and get it ready for people to come over. But then on top of this, and my neighbor's mowing his lawn when the freaking hurricane winds are coming up from Florida right now. But whatever. What was I saying? Oh, so Wednesday my boss called, or Tuesday who will be my boss called me, and who was in the process before all this happened of becoming my boss, called and said that there was a job that was open because of everything that's going on. We're moving up some like functionality stuff at work and they need people, they need bodies and chairs. So she offered me that job, and then my manager from the department that I was leaving and didn't really want to leave because I love them so much and I love my job, but he called me back to go to come back to work on Wednesday, or he called me on Wednesday. I'm supposed to, or, you know, and he's like, you can come back, you know, tomorrow if you want to, like, absolutely, come on over. And yeah, there was a lot to do in the house left. There's a lot of cleaning. There's like food to prep and the pool to get ready. Like, just so you know, the stairs for our pool went in the day of my little sister-in-law's party. Like, it was touch and go if she was gonna get into the water, and she was so excited about that. So, you know, yeah. And I went, like, the way my work has hour lunches, so you are actually there for 9 hours instead of 8 like most people are. Yeah, so it's just, and it's like an hour away from my house. So what that means basically is if I'm working 10 to 7, I have to get up by 7, well, that's just my thing. But if I want to, I have to leave the house at 9 to be there at 10, and then I leave at 7 from work and I get home at 8. And when you're trying to, you know, get all settled and make sure you have food and clothes, that doesn't leave a lot of time to do all the things that I needed to do. And when my manager called on Wednesday to call me back, I had this pulled up and I was like, oh, I've got to finish working on this. And I thought I had got it to the point where it was ready for a voiceover, and I just never ended up having time to actually do the voiceover. I had to stop and do something later that day, and I thought I was gonna have time on Saturday, but people did not leave until like 1 in the morning. And then the next day friends of ours, a husband and wife, came over because it was the husband's birthday and they wanted to go swimming. The wife's very pregnant right now, so she's like, please just let me float and not feel like everything hurts and I want to die. So they came over on Saturday or on Sunday, and I had started to work on this again. I was just about ready to do the voiceover, and my in-laws showed up. I was like, oh, they're just coming to like pick up stuff. We had like a canopy out in our backyard because it was blisteringly hot. And they like, I thought they were just coming to grab that, and it turns out they were coming to see if we wanted to go with them on house tours. And it was just supposed to be one, and then it became two, and then we got back home, and I was just playing around on Realtor app and saw one that had an open house, and so we decided to go look at it. And by the time they actually left, it was 5, and our friends had told us that they'd be at our house between 5 and 5:30. So I had to start like cleaning some more stuff up because I hadn't had enough time yet to start working on cleaning the house up, because I got up and I started to work on this video. And before my in-laws showed up at like 11:30, and they had to be at the first showing at noon. So things were crazy. You know, that's just how life goes. You run out of time for things, and I'm so sorry that I had to like take the priority away from this, but it is kind of one of those things where, as much as I love Sims, like I haven't been able to play the game on the new update. I'm kind of glad that I didn't buy the new game pack because I haven't had any time for it, and that would just be really disappointing and sad for me at that moment. I know there's so much worse things going on in the world. Like, clearly that's a small problem to have, but you know, it sucks. Anyway, that's just how life is. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on with my brain. Oh, here in a second, I'm going to try and put some lights up, and you will see that this was a problem. So enjoy. It was so much, like, cutting that down, I had to put it to like 15 times to get it to actually work, because it was just so much adjusting, trying to get those lights to work, trying my hardest. Like, everything I did with that, I probably could have just cut out, really, instead of use the like Benny Hill sound thing, but I like it, okay? I'm enjoying like throwing in these little sound effects and things, because I feel like I'm like getting better at making these videos. I have no idea if I actually am or not, but they help reduce the stress for the fact that the like planet's on fire. Literally. So the other day at work, I was scrolling through Facebook because I'm in the office that I'm transferring into. I'm doing some training, but there's nothing for me to do. My work doesn't have a strict phone policy because we have to use our phones for some security stuff, so it's no big deal. But yeah, it's I'm scrolling and I see an article about koalas are starting to have their first children, the first baby koalas are being born since the fires. And I looked at my coworker and I'm like, I forgot Australia was on fire at the beginning of this year. Like, that's how crazy things are right now, is that Australia was on fire and I forgot about it. Like, I keep seeing the memes where it's like, you know, Australia's on fire, and two other things that I've already forgotten as well, but like then COVID happened, we didn't know if we're supposed to wear a mask or not. Oh, World War III, Kim Jong-un died and came back to life or something. Still haven't seen pictures of that guy. I'm not quite sure if he's actually back or not, or is alive or not, but whatever. And then it's like, and COVID, and then we didn't know if we were supposed to wear a mask, and then we're supposed to, and people are yelling at you because you're not wearing masks, when they were the same people like, don't use up all the masks because the doctors need the masks, and you know, all that fun stuff. But we got $1,200, and then, you know, police brutality and looting and race wars and World War III again, and like now they're saying, you know, the calendars were messed up, and we lost like 8 years, so it's actually technically 2012 right now. And I just was like, I'm done. I can't, like, I can't do it anymore. I will die before I'm 30 because I just can't take the stress anymore. Like, one more thing and I'm gonna lose my mind. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I was a little bit of a baby about everything when it was going on, or when COVID first started, or at least whenever I was furloughed, because like I was starting to get some momentum. So whenever I worked at the company before, I was in one position and I wanted to go into the next like step, and I was, you know, doing all the things I needed to, and there was just a manager that he was just a bad manager. It's one of those things where you see all those captions about bad managers push good employees out of building, and he really did. But I was young and I wasn't willing to fight at that time for my what I knew I was supposed to do. I was supposed to be. And I just was a housewife for 3 years, and I got back to work here, and I love the company that I work for. I'm so proud of the company. There are a million different things that they've been doing recently that makes me so proud of them, but I can't really talk about it because then I'm, you know, telling you a little bit more about myself and probably in breach of contract of our social media policy. I don't know. But either way, like, I got really frustrated because I had started to make progress again. There's a job that I really, really want there, and I'm not quite qualified for it yet because I don't have as much management experience as I need. And I got that leg up, and it was quick. And our senior managers were telling me that they'd been talking about me and talking about how they think that I could be really successful with the company, and they believed in me and my talent and all these wonderful things. And they were offering me the position, one that they had to rescind because of, you know, being furloughed. And when they had to furlough me, it just broke my heart, because I thought, if I had had the personal strength to just stick out a bad manager, if I just sucked it up and knew that I was doing the right thing for myself and was tougher, I could be where I wanted to be right now. And it's one of those things, like our unofficial boss in the department that I'm leaving, she's told me more than once that she thinks I'd be great at the job that I want to be at, which is, you know, a version of what she does, and that I wasn't ready back then, but I was working towards it, and now I am, from every standpoint other than like checking the box at the management level that the company requires. And I get that. I absolutely do. It's very necessary, and you need to be able to prove that track record. And it just broke my heart, because I knew I made a choice that derailed all of my success. Until, like, I still fully believe in my company. I fully believe that they will help me get to that place, but it felt like when they furloughed me that I had made all this progress again, and then it just fell apart. Nothing was okay. And yeah, it sucked. It was awful. And I cried sitting in front of my computer trying to apply for unemployment, which of course I didn't qualify for because of not being at work for very long. And then I didn't apparently qualify for the pandemic unemployment. I don't know why, but it just, that day I was just sobbing in my office, and I played Sims, and it got me through that. So I'm happy for that. But, you know, one thing that Sims can't help get me through is about to come up in this video, and I just can't.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Because of course Sims is putting me through that, so fix it. Anyways, I'm sure it actually is probably fixed. I'm complaining about it, and like, I haven't played with the new update, so I have no freaking clue anyways. And once again, I know these are piddly problems. They're like, I'm so lucky to have the problems that I do. But it doesn't, like, you shouldn't not talk to the people that make you feel comfortable about your life just because other people are going through so many worse things. Like, that just compounds the issue. So, like, I guess this is my way of being like, reach out. If you need some, like, love or support or a shoulder or an ear, just let me know. Just comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, reach out on Tumblr, okay? Thanks, guys. Bye!